the user experience is super, super critical, very, very important for you to ensure that you optimize your website, the website content, the user experience, and the journey for the customer to take action. Make sure you have pages for each brands and services or products that you carry, pages for each of the city that you are serving. And even if you're not selling within that city, but if it's close enough to you, you probably will be able to get away, especially if there is not enough competitors. Even if there are competitors, if those competitors not doing what you're doing, there's a good chance that you will be ranking on top of them, even if you are not in that city. In the southeast of Florida, where you have a lot of them on top of each other, there might be one Greeley White or one Boston Whaler or one Sunsetter dealer in this specific area. The next dealer is maybe 100 miles away. So with all that different cities, you have a good chance to actually occupy all those different cities because you are the only one in town for that specific brand model that you are carrying. So make sure that information is there. On every single one of your pages, here are some of the key things that you must, if you don't have that yet, if you want any audit, it's going to give you those tips and information. But also things that to keep in mind, if there is nothing you take from this here today, your title tags for your website still important. It's not as relevant as it used to be, but it's important because when someone search, the description that you have in your meta tags, which is the first thing is the title of the page, the next thing is the description for that page, and the next thing is the keywords for that page. But that description is what the person that search, that make that search, that's what they see. So you want that information to be as sellable as it can be. Remember, the information that you provide, you give the user, have to sell the user on to click. You're not going to be the only one that's showing on that result. There will be 3, 4, 5 people showing there. You want to be able to sell them on your description. This is why description is so important on when you're writing your description. The next thing you want to do is within your pages and decide the content, but this is where it's also make sure those contents are unique and very, very easy to read. My suggestion is if you can make your content easy to read enough by the 4th, 5th graders, I think you are golden because anybody can read that information and understand it. Obviously, the structure of the page itself, make sure you get your H1, H2. Those are different tags that apply within the content when you write content for your website. Those are different tags that tells the search engine when you index this page, this is the order of importance of content, and here's why you should treat them that way. So H1, H2, H3, up to H6, and then there's the P tag, which is the paragraph tag. Each of those tags play a very, very critical role to help the search engine navigate and understand the content that you're trying to share to the user. So it's not just to make the website pretty, but sometimes it's to help guide the search engine. And sometimes you may have even questions within that content inside that page, and you want to help navigate that information right in there as well. So the next thing you want to do is on your website, put your business name in there. So you might see this all the time. It's not just the copyright for your name, but it's important to have your business name, your address, and the phone number for the business there. There are a few key selling points for this. Customer believe, okay, they have an address, they have a phone number, they are real, but also search engine do look at that information. They compare it to the different information you submit to them. If anything, you want that address on in the footer to be exactly the same as the address you have with the Google business profile you set up. And then the next thing is writing good content. People continue to write blogs, which blogs still relevant and important. The blog cannot just be writing blog for the sake of trying to rank, because that's not a good thing. We talked about earlier using those tools to figure out some of the keywords that you should be ranking for. Based on those keywords ranking on your content planner, which we all should have for the next 12 months, here are some of the content we will be writing, working on, some of the keywords we want to rank for. Each of those blogs should have some of those keywords and really detailed information, even answer questions within those blog posts. So this is why your blog posts actually Google doesn't really care lately about how long it is. It's important to have enough content in there, but they care more about, do you answer someone's questions? Are you providing good information enough? So this is something that you cannot just set it and forget it. You actually have to keep up with it and also continually provide good content. When you optimize your website, is you can actually pull up all the different blogs to see the one that's still relevant and the one that's not relevant. If there are blog posts you are not ranking for at the moment, and you still think you can get some juice out of it, you should either rewrite it or remove it from the website. Google Analytics tells you all the different pages that you are ranking for and where you're ranking on them.